Welcome back, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am seriously excited for this week's review. Now, this game isn't particularly that good, but hopefully, after doing this review, it changes my mind a bit. But since we've got the dates from X5 and X6 and they're pretty close together, I seriously doubt that. Mega Man X5 was supposed to be the last game in the series, but because Capcom likes money, we got Mega Man X6. Here's the freaking review. Let's get started. Our story begins from Mega Man X6, is a whopping total of 3 weeks after Mega Man X5 ended. Wow, there ain't no rest for the wicked, but I guess the same is for the Maverick Hunters. One thing about this intro, it kinda spoils Mega Man X5 a bit. The fact that Zero dies and also showcases how he dies. This showcases the bad ending of Mega Man X5 as well, where Zero failed to destroy the space colony and humanity was almost extinct. That is a lot to fill you in for just 3 weeks, I have to say. I can't tell you how incredibly pissed I was that I actually got the Mega Man X5 spoiled for me. Seriously, when I saw this, I actually thought that X was going to be the main guy throughout the entire journey. Because Mega Man X was seeming like it was going back to its roots at this point. And also the fact that why is it that the space colony decided to crash to the ground? I mean, that would make Zero's purpose in the entire story last game seem kind of meaningless, don't you think? And also the fact that made it an incredible waste of time. I feel like I didn't get anything accomplished by taking down the space colony in the last game. One thing for certain, they actually took out the J-pop song in for the intro. The PlayStation version had this J-pop, but this particular version being on the Legacy Collection does not have that song, just some generic rock music. Something I really wish they could have kept in for this version, but I digress. Once you hit start, we see a man named Gates standing around the colony crash site. After searching around for a bit, he finds the debris that showcases parts from Reproids. A confused Gate decides to take said parts and upon doing so goes mad with power. Okay, wait. He had no idea what happened at the colony crash site? Seriously, if that happened nowadays, it'd be all over the frickin' news. A week later, we find that Gate has been experimenting with all the different parts, and he creates different Reploids using said DNA. And it really takes him no time at all. We cut to X, who hears a mysterious voice coming from the one and only Zero, telling him he is the only one that could save everyone, because there is no one else is left. Are you freaking joking? Alia wakes up X and is sent to investigate a giant robot in the area. X leaves his sleeping pod to go into the opening stage of the game, and once X gets to the end of the stage, she's greeted by said robot. X defeats it, and a mysterious pink figure looking like Zero slashes the robot that already looked like it just exploded. Okay, that's a bit overkill. After taking down the Maverick, another Maverick appears called High Max, and X cannot defeat him. I guess he's a superpowered beast or something, this High Max guy. Gate hires a few Mavericks along with Dr. Isaac, who seriously looks like a beefed up Dr. Wily, as the Nightmare Investigators, and that's your 8 Mavericks for the day. Oh boy. And after defeating one of them, Gate does not seem at all concerned. I mean, really, look at him. Does this man have any concern on his freaking face? I think not. But he does ask Dr. Isaac if he's found what he's looking for. What is that exactly? I'm not sure. They keep it pretty vague at this point. After that tantalizing conversation, X takes on another Maverick and this time fights a familiar foe, Zero, aka the Nightmare Zero. After taking care of Nightmare Zero, another scene begins afterwards where logic just disappears at this point. We find that Zero is actually alive and claims his reputation has been tarnished while he was away. X and Zero have an emotional reunion and X is ecstatic to see Zero. After a bit of conversation, we get the stupidest ways in which a character can magically come back from the freaking dead. Zero claims this: I hid myself while I tried to repair myself. What? What does that even mean? No. Nope, nothing's there. Folks, I am flabbergasted and I have no idea what this even means. Seriously, you're going to tell me that Zero hid himself away and then repaired himself? He was a torso Capcom with a Mega Buster for an arm. So you're going to tell me that he hid himself away, somehow magically repaired himself with an arm that was a hand cannon? I can't right now. I can't do this. I can't do this right now, man. No. Screw this game. Zero is back now and ready for battle. After defeating all 8 Mavericks, or in this case just defeating Hymax, Dr. Isaac looks at Zero as a high and mighty robot that was one of the greatest creations of somebody. Zero tries to take him down, but Dr. Isaac stops Zero in his tracks. Gate invites Zero and X to his lab, and after a hard-fought lab fight, Zero and X reach Gate, and after they stop him to reveal that he has brought back the one and only Sigma. Are you serious? So one thing I have to say is Gate is actually a pretty cool villain in this game. But I don't understand why Capcom thought it was cool to decide to actually bring back Sigma in this game. I mean, seriously. When has it been okay to bring back somebody because of tradition? I know that a couple of games that I have in mind have had this sort of thing happen, and everybody has crapped on it. X and Zero get through a boss rush where they take on Sigma, who is freaking out of shape as holy fetch. After an easy 2 battles with Sigma, the world is saved again. Zero is put into a chamber for over 100 years, which leads to the plot of the 4 Mega Man Zero games, and X is being X. Okay, whatever. The game ends and the credits roll. Listen, the plot for this game is a complete and utter mess. Honestly, there's way too much for me to call it even relevant. The characters in this particular game don't have any purpose to the plot. And honestly, the colony crashing to the ground and killing everyone to start the game, and then also spoiling Zero dying, and also the explanation of how Zero came back to life, and why Sigma came back just because he can. Gate does resurrect him, but to me that's very weak in comparison to the other games. The entire plot, heck, I would even say something like Mega Man X3 is more bearable. Sure, even though it has its holes, the game's story is not too complex, which makes it a little more interesting. And I'm sure a lot of you, and as well as myself, probably will think that the next game's story is just as irrelevant, if not even more irrelevant. But thinking of how the story makes any freaking sense is like Link dying, hiding away, then coming back to life, and somehow doing it without the use of his arms, as well as Ganon coming back just cuz. That doesn't count. Anyways, let's move on to the gameplay. I have a ton to actually say about this. The gameplay, to be honest, is Mega Man. When you hit start and you go to your first level, you have the Falcon armor from Mega Man X5. And now you have the Z-Saber, but holy cow, X swings this sucker so freaking slow. One thing you'll notice, you have 9 lives at the start. Well, I do. Well, in Mega Man X Legacy Collection, they have this thing called Rookie Hunter mode. And I only did this because I wanted to see if this game would be any better by means of making it easier. And it did, but this game is still frustrating with the level design. For one, because of Rookie Hunter mode, I no longer have to deal with spikes instantly killing me or falling off bottomless pits that kills me. But I do have a ton of complaints about the level design in general. You take on 8 Mavericks, and in this case, they're Nightmare Investigators. Now, here's the crazy thing. As a first-time player, this mechanic may seem random. However, this game goes back to the roots of Mega Man X1, which is stupidly designed and not at all like the first game. For example, if I take down Blaze Heatnix and then take on Blizzard Wolfang stage, which should help me make the level design easier, it doesn't. It has these freaking stupid fireballs falling to the ground, which I have heard is a nightmare effect, and you can get these randomly. Oh yeah, but when you do, these stages turn red, which can cause various effects, and since I had a powered up Zero, I could stray away from these. And I have to say, not only is the nightmare effect a stupid idea, but the level design is stupid as well. First off, it's super apparent in Gate's lab. This first part, you cannot actually beat with X without certain upgrade. You have to find the jump part. If you do not get this specific Reploid right here, X cannot proceed to Gate's lab. If you powered him up, well, you're screwed then. Speaking of Reploids, you can save Reploids just like in Mega Man X5, but they do have more of a purpose in this one, because they have parts that are super important. I didn't really mention Mega Man X5's part system only because it was too freaking confusing, but the part system and upgrade system is something I really like about this game, because it simplifies it. There are these enemies that are purple and red, and when you kill them, you get these purple orbs called Nightmare Souls. And the more you collect, the more parts you can equip. You can also get them from bosses as well. And look, folks, I'm going to be honest. My gameplay style is better suited when I play with Zero. And I like him better in this game. So I made him a beast with all the souls I collected along the way. And also with these parts, the game became super fun. And I'm not going to lie, the first 2 gate levels are some of the funnest times I've ever had playing a Mega Man X game. Oh, I'm super serious. This made this game so enjoyable, and I wish they could have made this game more like this the entire time. Because of Rookie Hunter mode, I was able to get some of these parts. It really sucks to have a game where you have to make the difficulty super easy to have fun with it. And to keep the good things train rolling, I really love the soundtrack in Mega Man X6. It is complete one of the best soundtracks, if not one of the best soundtracks in the series, but in all of gaming in general. Even the stupid song at the beginning, which I'm not happy they took out the J-pop, I actually really do like. The sounds along with the voice acting are way freaking better than just the still pictures and text from X5 and even the voice acting from Mega Man X4. The acting is Japanese, but I really did like it. I also think this is the best voice acting in the series so far, but the final theme in the game, Sigma's theme, is the best theme in the freaking game. Yes, oh yes, and as a metal fan, this sounds amazing. And this is the theme of Sigma that makes me think about who Sigma is as a character. The bosses are also freaking fun in this game. My favorite boss has to be Infinity Maginian. The greatest thing is the spinning attack, which is really freaking cool. The control in this game keeps the game flowing as well. Yes, Mega Man X6 really does have great movement when the level is not screwing with you, and the controls are tight and responsive as well. Not only is the game's graphics in this game great as well, but it has a great color scheme along with how it looks on my PC when playing it on the Mega Man X Legacy Collection. It just looks freaking gorgeous. Mega Man X6, what more can I say except it's a game? If I could truly say it is a game, the fact that they were able to make a game like this is beyond me. I'm not sure how the really stupid decisions got made and put in there. It could have made more sense if they would have fixed them along the way. Sure, I do like the part system, music, and bosses along with the graphics and that little section in Gates Lab. They're super great, but what's stopping me from really enjoying this and making it a great game is the fact they tried to use a bad level design and overall design for the game, which to me makes it really hard to really like. And also the fact the story is just a big time mess, and I really freaking hate it. Thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you in the next episode.